Okay, moving along in the Orchid, Yosher and his understanding of the power of TEFILLAH, the greatness of TEFILLAH. Today he's going to get into the concept of Kavanah, of the intention that one has when they are davening. And he writes like this: Amnam, however, move on, it's understood. She'ikar mailas ha-TEFILLAH Kavanah, the main goal that we're trying to achieve in our TEFILLAH, and that which makes the potency of our TEFILLAH real, is the kavanah, is the intention that a person has when they are davening. Now, kavanah itself doesn't mean that you have to be holding in all of the mystical words of the Arizal to understand the deepest secrets of what the Shemona Esrei is about, what the Shema is about. Kavanah, in the simplest form, means that you understand the meaning of the words that you are saying. Just like when you have a conversation with someone, you hope that you understand the words that you are saying to that person. You have a conversation, they talk back to you. If you don't understand something, you ask them to clarify. When you say words out of your mouth, you would not try to say words that you don't understand yourself, because you're trying to convey a point. When it comes to davening, you're talking to the Rebbeinu Shalom. So a person should understand at the basic level the words that they're saying over to Hashem. Now that being so, Av sheyotzim b'di'evid im kiven rak b'pasuk rishon shel kriya shema, even though b'di'evid, meaning after the fact, if all you had was kavanah for the first verse in Kriya Shema, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, u'bracha rishona shel Shemona Esrei, and the first bracha in the Shemona Esrei, halavai, that's the kavanah that we would have. But if that would be all the kavanah that you would have in your davening, just Shema Yisrael Hashem Echad, means you know what every single one of those words means, and you think about it while you're saying the words, and the first bracha in the Shemona Esrei. So you, according to the letter of the law, you fulfilled your obligation of having intention during tefillah. However, the more that you have in kavanah, the more that you have in intention when you are davening, obviously the greater and the more powerful your prayers are going to be. That tefillah yafina, we learn out about tefillah the following. It's a pasuk in the pasuk in the Torah. Midechsiv, like it says, La'avdai b'chol levavechem, you have to serve HaKadosh Baruch with all of your heart. And the Gemara in Tainis says, what is the avodah, what is the service that a person is going to do, believe with their heart? Says the Gemara, Zu tefillah, that's prayer. That means that what is the way in which a person is going to access the real tefillah, the higher levels of our prayers, as we'll see? That's if in your heart you understand what it is that you are saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so then you just took your words, you put a heart behind them, and they now went into the realm of kavanah, tefillah b'kavanah, with intention. Va'amru, like it says in the Gemara elsewhere in Sanhedrin, Rachmana liba boy, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants your heart. He doesn't want your words, he doesn't want the lip service, he doesn't want the shuckling back and forth. He wants the heart. When the meaning, the way the Rav Chaim Kanievsky understanding is, that in the heart is the place where you'll be able to have the kavanah, the intention, and the understanding of what you're saying. The Orchid, it says in the Gemara in Brachos, Hamispalil, tzarich sheyichaven es liva l'shamayim. Someone who is davening, they need to direct their heart to the heavens. Shenever, like it says, tachin libam, means that a person should guide their hearts, takshiv aznecha, and then HaKadosh Baruch Hu his ear will hear what we are saying. And it says further, im kiven adam l'tefillah, if a person has good intention while they're davening, that means that they are thinking about the words, they understand what they're saying, and they're focused in on what they're doing. You're guaranteed that your prayer is going to be heard. Now, I don't believe that it means over here it's just that Hashem is going to hear what you say, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to accept your tefillah and accept your prayers as well. Va'amru, and it says further in the Gemara, in Rosh Hashanah, Shnayim sha'alu lamita v'chal yon shava, two people got sick, and they have the same deadly illness. Ay alu legardaim v'dinan shava, or they both went out to the gallows, and their judgment is the same. They're both sentenced to be killed. Zehi spalel v'na'ana, one of them davens and he is answered and he's healed from his sickness. V'zeh shaloi lispalil. I'm sorry. Zeh yispalil v'nana. V'zeh yispalil v'loi nana. And the other one davens, but he's not answered. So two guys are dying on the deathbed. One, and they're both davening to Hashem. And one guy has a miraculous recovery, and the other one dies. Two guys are going out to the gallows, and they got the nooses already. One guy ends up being saved last minute miraculously. The other guy, he goes to death. Ask the Gemara, what happened? They're both davening. They're both asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu that you should heal me, and that I should be saved. So the Gemara answers and says the following. Zeh she'ispalat tefillah shleima. The one who davened a complete tefillah, complete prayer. Na'ana, he was answered. V'zeh shelo yispal tefillah shleima, the one who did not daven completely, he's loy na'an, he's not answered. Says Rashi over there in the Gemara, what does it mean that you daven a tefillah shleima, complete prayer? Nischavna. A person that was mechavin, they had intention during the prayers, they understood what they were saying, they were pouring out their heart to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Such a person, says the Gemara, is going to be answered. When it says further, Ein tfilasa shel adam nishma'as, the prayers of a person will not be heard, ela im kain, unless meisim nafshay b'chapay, he puts his nefesh, his soul, in his hand. He pours out his neshama, his nefesh, so much in davening. He pours out his heart in davening so much. He pushes himself to his limitations that it's in his hands. He's offering his nefesh before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Such a person, says the Gemara, if he daven b'kavanah, ayin sham, you take a look over there in the Gemara. And it says further, when you are standing in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you are davening, al tas tfilascha keva, don't make your davening fixed. It's already fixed. The 19 brachas that we say in all of Shemona Esrei, Chazal fixed the words that we're going to say. But the way in which you daven, the way in which you express your words, the way in which you connect with the feelings that are there inside of your heart and your kavanah, that, says the Gemara, it should not be fixed. And because the Gemara says, rather, there should be a tefillah that is filled with mercy, v'tachanunim, and supplications in front of Hashem. Because anyone who makes their davening fixed, they step up to the plate 3 times a day, they say the same words in the same exact way with the same exact thoughts. Ein tfilasai tachanunim. Those tefillahs, those prayers are not tachanunim, they're not supplications, they don't find favor in the eyes of Hashem. You should still daven, and don't not come to shul just because you don't have kavanah. But if a person wants to really get into the world of tefillah, they have to be able to start putting in the deeper kavanah that is there. When it says further, when you are davening, you have to look at yourself as if the Shekhinah is standing in front of you. You daven a lot differently if the Shekhinah is in front of you, or if dinner that's waiting for you is in front of you. You daven a lot differently when the Shekhinah is standing in front of you, or your phone is buzzing in your pocket while you're bowing down from Meidim Anachnullah. We praise you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a different kind of a tefillah when you are davening to the Rebbeinu Shalom. And we'll finish with this. When you are davening, when you are praying, you have to know who you are standing in front of. You're standing in front of Malchei Melech HaMelachim, standing in front of the King of all kings, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Master of the universe. He's Kol Yochel, he has all the power in the world to do whatever he wants. He can answer any tefillah, he can change the world around just for you, if he wants to. He wants to, if we show him that we are willing to get into our tefillah, into the kavanah, into understanding what we are doing, and the more that a person will do that, so the more they make a shift in their tefillah, in their prayers, and the more that those tefillahs are going to go up to the Rebbeinu Shalom, who is, like we said over here, we are standing in front of Hashem.